Hey, there we are. What's up, guys? Hopefully, you're having a great freaking Thursday. Now, what I want to share with you today is what the title of this is how can success really be something bad? I don't know about you, but I've heard this term when it comes to like, like messing up your success. It comes up with this term called self-sabotage. And I think that word's an interesting word, right? Self-sabotage, because that would almost seem like we have some demon or something inside of us that is saying, no, you cannot be successful. It is impossible to be successful. Don't do it. Okay? Which maybe is partially true. Maybe you got that little ego, that little thing in there that doesn't want to change, and that could be true. But I think there's something else at play here. And I would almost want to call it self-protection. Let me explain. Okay. So my true story, if you guys don't know, I know that a lot of you know me recently from my fitness, my online fitness business. But before that, I actually owned a gym. I owned a gym for 7 years. It was called Tribal Personal Training. It was fantastic. Loved the place. Loved it a lot. But had to change, had to shift. And it's awesome. I'm so grateful that I did. Changed hundreds of lives there, which is great. But we're doing now all that online, which is even better. Okay. But there was parts of me that as I was running that business, I would do things, call it self-sabotage, if you will, that would absolutely make my business not grow, or in fact, sometimes decline without really even realizing it. And I would do those sorts of things as well in races that I ran and stuff like that. So let's go with the business aspect. I would, on times that I knew I had to wake up early for work, there would be times where I just stay up late from anxiety, from having so much stuff to do that success brought, that I didn't know how to, delegate well enough, that I would be up so late, I'd get no sleep, I'd go into work, I might be late, people would get pissed, they would leave, they would do all these things. And it was because of me and what success meant. Success meant no sleep. Success meant that I was going to be overweight. Success meant that I had a rocky relationship with Emily. Nothing crazy, right? But not as good as it deserves, as she deserves and as I deserve. What else? It meant people being rude. It meant all these things that had nothing to do with the benefit that I wanted. It's because I placed those. I thought success meant those sorts of things. And so if success means something that I don't want, I'm not going to want to do it. Does that make sense? It's not self-sabotage, it's self-protection. I'm protecting myself from going through those pains, regardless of on the other side of that thing is what I want, which was a successful business. And there were points in my business run, or my gym career, that yeah, we were really successful. We had 200 something members. Classes were full. We had to add classes. We had to get a bigger facility so we could fit more people in it. I had to break a wall down to the next bit. It was great. It was fantastic. But that thing was still there because I felt that success meant a certain thing, which made it really challenging to be successful. Okay. Next, let's go into another realm. Let's go into sports. Okay. I don't know about you, but like I was always the guy on the sports teams. And if you don't know, not quite the tallest, but I played tall people sports. I played volleyball and basketball. And so I would try really, really hard to like do the things. I'd go to the workouts. There was even a time where a coach literally said, hey, if you guys do these workouts, you're going to play the next game. And I did. And I didn't play. And so what that ingrained in me was, regardless of how hard you try, you're not going to be able to get things anyway. So why try hard? But then there was a part of me is like, no, I got to train. I got to do it. I got to work out. And so what I would do consistently, I would work out really, really hard. When the event came, whether it be a sports game, whether it be a CrossFit competition, Spartan race even, the day before or the day of or something, I would do something to sabotage myself. Something like pound a Monster and not eat beforehand. I would eat garbage the night before. I'd do things like that would sabotage my success. But really what it did for me internally was give me a scapegoat to blame when things didn't go my way. Is it good? No. Did it make me feel good when I didn't do as well as I thought? Yeah, it made me feel really good because in my brain, I assumed that success, or that no matter how, in the fitness world, in the sports world, no matter how hard I tried something, it didn't matter because I'm not going to win anyway. So I might as well do something to have something else I could blame. And as sick and as crazy and as wild as that seems, you do the same thing. You do the same exact thing. And that's okay. That's great. It's actually really good news that we can actually look and see, because then we can start getting rid of the sabotage, like we have some sort of demon behind us controlling us, and instead we can use something and be productive. So what does this actually look like, and how do we start finding these things out? Well, on the calls that I have with people, this is what I do, is I ask them, hey, what is it that you struggle with? Why is that there? And then I just follow the trail. I literally call it logic trails. I don't know if it's I just thought of it. It might be that's what it's called. I have no idea. But I just think, okay, where along this path is there something that is intersecting it that seems scary? So let's, like as an example, there's a door right there. Okay, I know you can't see it, but there's a door right there. Now imagine I'm trying to get to the door. The door represents my goal. I'm here. I'm away from the door. I need to walk that way. Hey, you can see that little hair. I've got that some Superman, like Clark Kent hair going. Anyway, along the way, let's say for me, screw birds and bees. There's birds and bees right here in front of it. Now, birds and bees, do they really cause a lot of damage? Not really. Like you just kick them out of the way or smack a bird or whatever, right? But to me, all birds, regardless of what they look like, they got talons, and bees have things that sting you, and it freaking hurts. So there's this thing in front of me that is preventing me from getting to the door. And the fear of that thing in front of me feels worse than getting what I want. So because it feels worse than getting what I want, I'm going to do everything in my power to not get past this thing until I can learn a skill, tool, or get some support to get around it. Okay? And so that might look like, if it's something, let's say a big one, is people say, I stink at meal prepping. I stink at it. I'm terrible at it. That's not really it, right? Meal preparing is not difficult. It's once you learn the skills. Okay, I'm not throwing shit. If you don't know how to meal prep, I'll show you if you want. Okay, I've got a free guide. I'll just send it to you. Okay, but meal preparing isn't the thing. It's the thing, but there's a thing before it. More often than not, it's because I don't know how much food I'm supposed to eat. It takes me forever. I don't know how to cook. I don't know if food tastes good. It's something like that. That's the thing. So you know how to prepare food. You can cook. You can figure it out, right? You can read the labels. You can Google. You can, okay, chicken goes at 350 for 45 minutes or until 165 in the middle. Hey, Danielle, I got to get you the guide, and I got to get you in the group. I'm so sorry. It's in my private group. For my members, what I'll do is I'll give you like a couple of days access to get in there and look at it, and then I'll send you out. Unless you want to play, by all means, I'd love to work with you. Anyways, that's the thing, is that there's something right before it. So when it comes to exercising, I just hate exercising. It's just so painful. No, it's not that you don't like it. Everybody likes exercise. I've yet to find somebody after they've been exercising, they're like, oh, that was the worst thing ever. No. Everyone loves it. They feel good. They feel accomplished. They got some sweat. They got some endorphins. They got some muscles going. It feels good. The problem is that they're not sure if they're doing things right. They're self-conscious. They think people are looking at them. Those things. And so that's the thing preventing them from the thing. Right there. Let's go with another example. Let's say you lack motivation. You lost your motivation, right? And you're overwhelmed, and like the last thing you can do right now is absolutely think about your health and fitness. That's the last thing you can do. Okay, cool. Without health and fitness, we can't have anything. You can't. Like without being healthy, you will not have anything, right? Your life will be dependent upon medicines, upon other people. You won't be able to have a job. You won't get everything stinks. And if it's a money thing, it costs way more expensive to be unhealthy than it is healthy. I promise you that. Okay. So there's a thing right before that, right before here, that is preventing you from getting it over the board. And maybe something when it comes to motivation and needing the right time and all these sorts of things are things like this: past failures. I want to do it, but only thing I know gets me stuck. It could be lack of support, lack of people saying something to you about what you're going to do. So what my wife would do is I would be on these kicks, and it's not her not her fault. It was my fault. Okay, I was the one who didn't follow through. But I'd get on these kicks where I'm going to eat healthy. This is when I was heavier. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to eat healthy. And then I would spend a couple $100 on some food, and then most of it would go bad, which makes sense. Like, I would be pissed too, follow through, man. So those things, like somebody poking you like that, like, oh, you're on it again. Looks like you're not going to do it, and just completely knocking you down. It could be, what else would be another good example? Like your knowledge base, right? I need to be motivated. No, you don't though. Like, I can make you think of a pink elephant right now. You can make a decision to be healthy. Pink elephant, think about it right now. Do it. It takes that much effort to think about being healthy. Truthfully, it's just a matter of learning the skills then to get you to continue to do that process, which is fine, which is great. And there's plenty of people, including myself, that would love to teach you because, this is what I do, this is what I love, okay? So anyway, there's a thing before the thing. And more often than not, I say this not as like a thing, but you need somebody to follow your logic trail, because when you're doing stuff, do I have my glasses? I do. Okay, so when you are trying to figure these things out on your own, oftentimes we're blinded by the ego, right? We're able to sit and be like, we don't have time. Like, look at our schedule, it's so crazy. But then when you have me, or this is you saying this, dude, I don't have time. Like, of course, I just don't have time, because you're looking through sunglasses. Everything in the room here is dark. Or it could be pink, or it could be blue, or whatever different shades. And as much as you would like to say, like, hey, this is like, it's dark in here, the lights are really dim, I just go like this because I'm not in it. My ego's not pulling over me. It's really bright in here. You just have sunglasses on. And so you need third parties to look and see, like, hey, there's some stuff going on that you believe that you're thinking is true. It might not be true. You don't have time? Okay. Let's look at this is what my coach did. Let's look at your screen time on your phone. You're on there for 8 hours a day. You have 8 hours of you scrolling on your phone. You really don't think you have time, man? Right? Oh, you don't have the finances to eat healthy foods? Okay. Let's look at your DoorDash account. Let's look at your Uber Eats. Let's look at what's going on. Like, you've got it. Right? But because our ego wants us to stay stuck and wants to protect ourselves, we're going to throw up shades. We're going to throw up these blinders, and it be like, it's not possible. I can't. There's no way. Totally is. You just got to be able to see it without those shades on. Anyways, a lot longer than I wanted. I have to get on a call with one of my coaches. Have a great freaking day. If you're somebody who's watching this, you're like, oh my gosh, this makes a whole lot of sense. And I see where there's a thing I can't quite get the thing before the thing. Hey, just reach out to me. What you can do is you can go to, you could right down below, write breakthrough. And what you and I will do is we'll hop on a call. We'll look at some of those things that you're running through and see if it's something that I can help you with. If it's something just a tip can do, or hey, I miss you too, Shayla, you rock. If it's something that's just a tip that you need or something like that, or if it makes some sense for us to work together and work on this so we can get this weight off forever, because I teach you a system that you can use for the rest of your life. Teach you how to do the fitness, teach you how to do the nutrition so that you never, ever need a program again. If that's you, just write breakthrough down below. I'll contact you. We'll get you set up on something. I honestly, and I mean this in all sincerity, I don't have many spots left in my program. We literally almost doubled in size in the last month. And I want to make sure all of my people are good to go before I add more. And my wife's going to have a baby soon. So this will probably be the last week I'm taking anybody new for quite a while. So if you're on the fence, like, it's time to get off and let's come play. And so we can get you involved in this so that, hey, by the end of the year, you could be down 20, 30, even 40 pounds, depending on kind of where you're at and how bad you want it. That's it for me, guys. Have a great freaking day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.